नमस्कार, हिमालय टेलिभिजनको विशेष कुराकानीमा यहाँहरु सम्पूर्णलाई स्वागत छ। म हुँ झरना राई। आज पनि आइसकेका छौं हामी नयाँ श्रृंखला लिएर र आजको विशेष कुराकानीमा हामी कुरा गर्नेछौं विशेष गरी इन्टरनेशनल एजुकेसन बारे। समग्रमा पहिलेको हप्ता जस्तै नै हामी एजुकेसन बारे नै केन्द्रित रहेर कुराकानी गर्नेछौं र आजको विशेष कुराकानीका लागि मसँग स्टुडियोमा हुनुहुन्छ असी एजुकेसनका चेयरम्यान मिस्टर सत्य शुक्ला। सर, वेलकम।
Namaste.
How are you?
Good, good. How are you? Thanks for having me here.
First of all, let's talk about Aussie education itself. What is Aussie education? What does it do? Please.
Aussie education is an education migration consultancy, but the difference what you can see from the other agency and us are, we will say black is black, white is white. We don't want to hide anything. We don't want to let student get into a greed of like higher education just for the sake of education and earning money. We want them to make a global citizen so that irrespective of the geographical boundaries, they can make their life, their career in any country. It doesn't matter whether it's Australia, Canada, UK or New Zealand. So that's Aussie education.
Let's talk about general international education, because currently most of the students are flying abroad for their further education. They are willing to get foreign degrees. So what are the reasons?
Okay.
What do you see?
Okay, what happened, like, if you look into the, let's say, for example, Nepal, okay, jobs are pretty limited for these young kids. Yeah. And they think that when they go to Australia or Canada, $1 will become 80, 90, 95 Nepalese rupees. It's very easy to earn money. And that money is the most important factor why 98% students are choosing foreign education compared to what they can get in Nepal.
Why is that?
Why is that? Okay, I'll give you an example. Okay. Let's say I'm from Australia, okay, and what I'm going to say now may affect a lot of people because I'm here to promote brand Australia, education Australia. But when you compare the studies in Australia and studies in Nepal, I'm pretty sure I can say that studies here is much better, more harder and all those things compared to what we get there. Okay, all these practical like assessment and all those things, they all are just rubbish, to be very frank. Okay. In most of the education institution, you can do your assessment and you can do all these online things and get passed. But the most important thing over here at the moment, what's happening is a lot of Nepalese students, when they are landing to Australia and Canada, instead of 20 hours, what is legally allowed to them to work, they are working 40, 50, 60 hours.
So why is that?
To earn the money, because you tell me you're from here.
Yes.
How many students are here who can afford to pay 2 years or 3 years of their fee from Nepal itself?
Not much.
Yes. They are putting their land on everything at stake.
Yeah.
And when a student decide to go to Australia, Canada or any other countries, it's not only he or she, it's their parents, their friend, their society, everybody put the hope on them. And they are too young to take such a critical decision of their life. So that's what the problem happening at the moment is. Having a foreign education is always an advantage, yes, because you learn to...
In a global platform.
Global platform, that's right. You learn how to behave in different culture, different nationality and all those things. But don't get blinded just by the higher education and foreign studies.
Okay.
That's what the problem here we are facing.
So, does that mean the education system here is better than other countries, but the consultancies over there or the concerned authorities that are convincing students, what are they doing actually?
Okay, I'm not here to criticize anyone. Okay, because even I'm the part of agency syndicate or whatever you can say. Okay, what's happening is, for example, at the moment, a lot of visas are coming in Nepal for VET sector, vocational education training sector, which is Certificate 4, Certificate 3, Diploma and Advanced Diploma. Most of the students who are landing into this sector, they will never able to get a permanent residency. What is the main aim of any student or parents for sending their kid overseas?
To get PR.
To get a PR, that's right, yes. Yes, they can get 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years of stay in Australia. But they will struggle to get a residency. Some of the trade courses are there which can lead to PR pathway. But they are also not that easy the way most of agents how they promote here in the market. Okay, for them, for example, you are in Nepal. Okay, over here you are getting 5.5 in English. Being in Nepal, getting assessed by a Nepalese assessor. So when these students, they will land in Australia or Canada, their English, instead of going up, it goes down.
Why is that?
Why is that? Very good question. When a Nepali student land into Sydney, Melbourne or Perth or anywhere, they try to stay with the Nepalese community.
Yeah.
Okay. Even when they go to Nepalese store to buy a grocery, they don't ask how much dollar, how many dollar,
They ask
how many rupees.
Okay.
So you get into such an extent, you work with the Nepali community, you live in Nepali community. It's not bad to stick to your culture and stick to your community. But when you are going to a multicultural country like Australia or Canada, you have to come out of your comfort zone.
Exactly.
Then only you can grow. And that's not happening. Most of the students, if they got 6 years in English, after learning that, it might become 5.5. Okay. So any future PR pathway, the way things are happening in last 4 or 5 years, you have to have 7 each or 8 each in English. So a student who cannot get 6 years, how can he expect to get 7 or 8 later on? And that means that will limit his ability to get a permanent residency.
Many consultancies, they are promoting diploma courses rather than other courses. Why is that? And are there immense opportunity out there?
To explain,
especially in IT business, like cookery courses, like you said.
Yeah, to explain this, let's say I got 2 kids. Okay, 1 son, 1 daughter. I want my son to become lawyer and my daughter to become a doctor. So being a parent, I got every rights to think about their future. Later on, whatever they want to do, they are free to do. But at least as a parent, I can dream that my son wants to become a lawyer, my daughter wants to become a doctor. But then I have to understand, to become a lawyer, I might need $100,000, $200,000. To become a doctor, I might need $250,000, $300,000. Can I afford that? So when students here in Nepal, they are deciding about any course or anything like the future, most of them are just worried about first semester fees or 1 year fees, how to show that fees. So that's why this diploma sector or the VET sector is becoming more in demand, because the fees is less compared to the things. And when these students are landing into Australia, instead of worrying about their subject, instead of worrying about their classes, very, very same day, they are worried about getting a job.
Exactly.
How to pay their weekly, because over there,
how to survive.
Yeah, how to survive, because over there is a weekly system. Sorry, it's not monthly system.
Okay,
weekly rent, weekly transport. So from day one, meter starts. Okay. So students who are going there for a study purpose, who should be worried about their subjects and their future outcome, are more worried about getting to the workforce, job force.
We talk about the, like you said, glossy things out there for the students, but there is another side, dark side, that we usually don't talk about openly. Let's say it is hard in seeing lots of students, when they land or spend few period of time there, they get mental health issues and also physical. So why is that?
Very, very, very good question, Jzarana. Okay, I wish I could have, somebody would have asked me this before also. Okay, because mental health, anxiety, depression, that's becoming a big issue with international students. Most of the students who are going from Nepal, they are 19, 20, 21, 22 years of age. Okay, I'm pretty sure at that age you would be here depending on your parents and living life very freely.
Yes.
So when these students are landing into Australia, number one, they're landing already with a burden of debt. That they have to pay the fees for which their parents might have borrowed from bank or put their land on mortgage or anything like that. They have to support their family also. And they have to support themselves to pay the fees from second semester onwards. So when you are legally allowed to work only 20 hours, even the best of the jobs, they will pay, let's say, $25 to $30 an hour. Okay, so you might make between $500 to $600 a week.
That's not enough.
That's not enough, even to run their whole life altogether. Forget about the fees. So from day one, when the first 3 months or 6 months are gone by, they are always into constant pressure of fees, supporting parents, paying mortgage or loan, and saving for the future. and they're too young to go through all those things. And this is the reason, like, why a lot of students are getting into things which you could not even imagine over here.
Like, can you tell us, like, what kind of jobs are they getting into? Like,
okay, when the Nepalese students are landing there, maybe their previous, like, batch, they are into cleaning, or they are into hospitality, into kitchen, into, like, cook, chef, all those things. So day one, when they land in there, they get dragged into those jobs only. So it doesn't matter whether somebody has done nursing over here, somebody got other financial or banking experience over here. All those goes into a bin. They think that they're only good enough to do this cleaning job, this fuel station job, this hospitality job. I have also done that job. I'm not trying to say that any job is bad, good, or anything like that, because you need to support yourself. But don't insult your own intelligence.
yes.
You are not going to Australia to clean Australia. Okay. Get a first job wherever you can possible to make your earning, to make, like, support your daily life. But that should not be your job for next 3, 4, 5, 6 years. Okay, you are going there to do, let's say, for example, MBA or nursing or social work. Respect that and try to come out of that shell.
So why are they not doing that?
Because they get into that social aspect, like, we are good enough for this job only.
That's the mindset.
That's the mindset, yeah. It's very important to understand, like, your own capabilities. Okay, a lot of them, they do understand this, but after 6, 7 or 8 years, when they are pushed by someone else, they got that capabilities. Okay, but they don't understand till the very late in their career.
Is it because of their own mindset, or is there a role of the consultancies here as well?
Consultancy doesn't play that important role into job finding or settlement, which is also wrong. Because when we are recruiting a student, we should not only be concerned with our own commission. Okay, it's not that, like, we are not a butchery shop. Okay, that, like, yes, cut them and go. That's what is happening, because we have to support them into pre-departure seminars, pre-preparation of jobs, what they can be done. Okay, and as well as supporting them over there with their personality development, day-to-day settlement of life. Okay, there are 1 or 2 consultancies which are doing that one, but lot more is needed. Lot more is needed in this field. So that first step of choosing a proper subject, proper course, matching your capabilities with the course, that plays a very important role.
Okay.
If you ask me question like, what are the courses which can lead to permanent residency for the students?
So what is the process? Yeah.
That's right. There is nursing, social work, engineering, some of the trade courses. These are the things over there. But that has to be matched by the profile of the student.
Okay.
In last few days, I have seen few students having a very good academics, having a 7.5 in English, and they've been put into cookery or IT. That's like spoiling a very good prospect for country, whether it's Australia or Nepal, both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why are students like, firstly, they go for foreign degrees, like international degree, further education, and then later they want to switch to PR and then stay there? So why is that happening? Because
in few of the counseling over here, I heard that, oh, get to Australia, you learn $35 per hour, you learn $2,000 a week. Where is this $2,000, $3,000 is coming from?
Consultancies are meant for like consulting, for counseling, for educations and all that, everything, overall everything. But why are they giving priority to the earnings?
Because this education whole, like, the industry has become now purely business. And business exists for profit. Parents are doing business for sake of their future. Students are doing business, okay, to get a more money so that they can enjoy their livelihood. Education providers, university and colleges, they are doing business irrespective of, like, what the student is going to do, okay, by giving them admission up, right, and center. And agents are doing business to grow their own, like, family wealth. So it has become purely business. Everybody is looking into their own self-interest. Gone are the days, like, when there used to be really good consultants who were experienced into, like, country-based education, who can guide students with the purpose of being their guide from point A to point Z. That's now not happening anymore. Most of the students are going from here to there. In 6 months, they're jumping into something else.
Yes.
In 6 months, they're jumping into something else.
Yes.
And after 2.5, 3 years, they're realizing that, oh, I think I'm here for permanent residency also. Okay, let's try to do something there.
So it's in current scenario that's happening.
That's happening. That's happening a lot.
So what do you think we should do within Nepal?
What should we do within Nepal? That's a very good question, because I'm attached with Nepal now for almost 8-9 years. Okay, and most of I won't say staff, I'll say family who's working with me over there, they are also from Nepal. Okay, so what we can do here is, number one, okay, I heard that for most of the agencies, when they want to register with the Education Ministry over here, they have to have the counselor with that TI certification, some training certification. And when I went through that through Google, that certificate doesn't help. When you are sending someone to Australia, Canada or UK, you don't need a knowledge about just a counseling. You have to have the knowledge about the education system in that country.
Yes. So what is the education system in countries like Australia and Canada?
Yeah, so that's why there are different qualifications. For Australia, for example, there's a PRQEAC qualification. So government should make mandatory that any counselor who wants to counsel someone for Australia, they should have the QEAC certification. That will cost $400-500 for each consultant. But at least that consultant will know how is Australian qualification framework, AQF level works. I'm sure if I ask 20 consultancy over here, maybe 1 or 2 will give me the proper answer. Otherwise, just all will ask me, what is AQF? Okay, what you're talking about?
So most of the consultancies themselves do not have idea about
No,
this.
they don't have idea about that one. Okay, I have personally visited a lot of them. I can't name any, unfortunately. Yeah, so that should make mandatory. Same goes for Canada, same goes for UK. So when you do that course, okay, it's an online course, self-paced course. You can do in 2 weeks, you can do in 2 months. But at least you will understand the nature of education, what is on the offer, regulatory body who are there, and what is involved in the process. So still it's not 100% going to help, but it will going to help a lot for sure. Most of the students who are going from here, education is not their purpose. So forget about degree. Forget about degree. The one who is going for MBA, they are ending up certificate 4 in cookery.
Yeah, they are switching. Basically, they are switching to diploma courses and
all whatever the cheap courses kind of thing possible. Okay. Let me ask you one question. This is my very favorite question, which I asked to a lot of my students. Okay, your mom and dad are here.
Yes.
Okay. Unfortunately, okay, God forbid, if your mom becomes sick, okay. So will you go to a compounder to get a medicine for her, or will you try to get a best of the doctor to make sure your mom get recover soon? What will you do?
Second one.
Second one. Yeah. But when it comes to education, same thing. Critical decision of life. They want to go for the cheapest possible option.
Okay.
And then they think that they should reach to the PR. How that's going to happen?
So the main motive is to get the PR ultimately.
Yes, then work properly for that one. PR is not just that you can go to this Bhat Bhatni and get from the IL6 and not like that. It's a process.
So what comes in the process?
What comes in the process? Okay. Most of the students, let's say all of the students, forget about most, all of the students, when they think about the PR is based on points. You get points for your age, points for your education, points for being single or being married, points for your English. And then there's certain NATI, which is interpretation course back in there. Okay, and there's some professional year course for accounting, IT and engineering. So PR is combination of these points. Okay. Now most of the agents who are not doing wet sector course, they are still offering bachelor in accounting and master in accounting to students. Okay, what they're saying that go to accounting. Okay, in Australia, most of the PRs are coming in accounting. Last year, you got 4,000 PRs in accounting. Are they lying? No, they're not lying. Yes, 4,000 people have got the PR in accounting. But those 4,000 people have worked for 7, 8, 9 years maybe, or 6 years might to get the account. Because accounting is one of the worst occupation at the moment to get towards PR in Australia. The students who are having a topmost point, 100, 110 points, they are struggling from last 1, 2, 3 years. Still you are sending a new student with that.
Okay. So basically, they are not like
profile matching. No profile
no
matching
profile
at
matching.
all. Nah. Okay, it's just like, one of the agents sent to this college,
okay.
got the
You
visa,
get the commission. Or
got the visa. Then every student who is coming to his or her consultancy will go to this college.
Okay.
One of the agent got a visa for that course. Everyone, doesn't matter, like, whatever it is, go to that course.
That's really sad for us.
It is sad. It is sad. It is very sad.
You just mentioned worst occupation, like
Yes,
What
worst
kind of-
occupation in terms of
in terms
PR.
of PR.
Yeah,
That includes.
accounting and IT at the moment. Okay, because what happened is demand versus supply. If there are 30,000 students who are doing accounting in Australia with a population of only, like, 25 million, how many people, like, need accountant? We don't need a one accountant behind every 10 people. So it's demand versus supply.
Okay. We don't usually talk about it openly, but it is hard how true it is. Some students are working low-level jobs. They are into low-level jobs, and especially few are into prostitution as well.
It is true, like, we have also heard and experienced also with few of the girls from India, Nepal, Pakistan, Bangladesh, everywhere. Okay, even from Nepal. So what happened, Jana, when you're sitting here and when you're saying that, oh, Nepalese girl is working into massage center or working into a brothel, you will think that, oh, they are very bad, like, why they are doing this, they are insulting the country, this and that and that and that. But try to understand the same thing from their perspective. They live their life over here under the love of mom and dad and everything, decided to go to overseas for the sake of better life, not only for them but for their parents also. They landed in there, okay,
with big dreams,
with big dreams and everything, and suddenly in 3 to 6 months they have to pay $10, $15, $20,000 fees. They know very well that their mom and dad cannot afford that one. So they got two options.
Okay.
Either to come back to Nepal or try to make money somehow. And during that period of stress or depression or anxiety or whatever you can term it, they find something like this, which is a easier way to make money in terms of, like, hours and things like that. But that takes a lot of toll on their personal life also. So it is happening. It is sad, like, it's happening. That's why we need to understand, being a, like, education agent or being a parent or being a student here, that let's say if you got only $20,000-$30,000, like, let's say in Nepali, let's talk in Nepali rupees, you got 20-30 lakhs, send your kids to Europe. You got 50-60 lakhs, send to Australia and Canada. You got 1 crore, 2 crore, send to US. So that way your child, your, like, loved one will not be under stress of, like, fees.
Will not suffer.
When they land there, it will not suffer, and they can make a better future. You are having only 5-10 lakh, sometimes not even that, and you're sending them there with a hope that, like, they will go there and start making money. That's not possible. That's just not possible.
So what do you think that should be done in Nepal, or from the Nepal government or the umbrella organization of this consultancy education agencies, for the welfare of the students?
If you look into the welfare of the students, like, these things has to be promoted very well. Getting a loan or getting a, like, fake documentation, all those things will not land them for a better future. And this is the reason why a lot of them are suffering. They cannot say anything, they cannot express things like that, because they've already landed there with a lot of hopes. Now they have to live that life. They don't have option.
That's kind of
they don't have choice.
Situation.
Yes. So that's why, like, if in Nepal the authorities, they are really, like, sincere about this one, they have to start this educational, like, awareness program. Okay. Europe is also a very good country to learn and earn. US is also a very good country to learn and earn. Canada, Australia is also a very good country to learn and earn. But there has to be a profile matching depending on your academics, depending on your finances and your future goal. Don't just throw, oh, Jharna got a visa for Australia, everyone coming here should go to Australia.
Okay. Like a trend.
Trend. What is your background? What is your financial condition?
So,
where do you want to, like, land into?
Okay, what's the potential?
What is the potential? Don't promote that, okay, Australia and Canada is a dreamland. You just go there, life will be very easy. Most of the students, I won't say all, but most of the students, they are not even able to see the sun properly. Morning they get up, go to job, afternoon go job, evening job, working 2, 3, 4 jobs, like, donkey. Let's put it that way. It's not their choice. It's not their will. But to earn the fees, pay the mortgage, pay everything, they have to do that one.
They have to.
Yeah, they have to do that one. So if the parents can understand their own capabilities also, that life will become a bit easier for them. They can concentrate a little bit more on their future and studies, which can land them into a much better position.
Okay.
Yes.
Now that we have come to the end of the show, I want you to tell to our audiences, viewers, especially the students and their parents, who are willing to go to abroad or so they're wanting to send their children for foreign degrees. What do you want to say?
I want to say that having a dream to get your child with a foreign education is not bad at all. Every parent should dream of having a better life for their child, their children. But don't get blinded with education in Australia, education Canada or US or UK. You need to make sure that's your son, that's your daughter. Okay. Don't go behind the that they land in Australia, they will start sending us 1 lakh rupees every month. By putting that pressure on your young child, you're putting him into depression and anxiety. Think as a family. Family supports each other. Family doesn't throw anyone into a deep water. So come to Australia, study in Australia. We all would like to welcome you, but please understand your future properly. That's what I want to say.
Okay, at last, anything else?
Now, on 25th of June, we are going to have a big seminar here in Kathmandu. Place is not yet decided, but what we are going to do is to support the student financially. Okay, 1 out of 5 student or 1 out of 8 student will get a first year free education in Australia.
Wow.
That's what we want to support them with that.
All right, thank you for your time.
Thanks a lot, Jana. Thanks for having me here. Thank you.
Dr. Rin, हामीसँग आज हुनुहुन्थ्यो Aussie एडुकेसनबाट चेयरम्यान मिस्टर सत्य शुक्ला. हामीले आज विशेष गरी एडुकेसन सिस्टम, बाहिरी एडुकेसन सिस्टम, जो चाहिँ विद्यार्थी, यहाँ नेपाली विद्यार्थी चाहिँ बाहिर बेसिकली अस्ट्रेलिया क्यानाडा गएर पढ्न चाहनुहुन्छ, त्यहाँको सर्फेस कुरा मात्रै होइन कि त्यहाँ पछाडि कस्तो स्ट्रगल छ, त्यहाँ पछाडि कतिको टफनेस छ, कतिको गाह्रो छ एउटा स्टुडेन्टलाई एउटा यङ एजमा गएर फर्दर एडुकेसन लिनलाई भन्ने कुराहरू चाहिँ हामीले यस भित्रमा केन्द्रित रहेर कुराकानी गऱ्यौँ. त्यसका लागि मसँग सत्य शुक्लाजी हुनुहुन्थ्यो. अर्को विशेष कुराकानीमा म नयाँ अतिथिका साथ फेरि आउनेछु. आजलाई भने बिदा दिनुहोस्. नमस्ते.